All right, so let's take a look at the sentence completion multiple choice question. When we have a sentence completion multiple choice question, it's normally going to be set up like this, where you have like 3 or 4, sometimes 5 questions, but usually it's like 3 or 4 questions. And basically what they're doing here, basically what they're doing here is they're giving you the first half of a sentence. They're giving you the first half of a sentence. Like number 31, it says, scientists know a moment of insight is coming. Right? You can see it's an incomplete sentence. So they're giving you the first half of a sentence, and then you have to be able to tell which of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, which of those is the remaining half of that sentence. And then for number 32, it's the same thing. Mental connections are much harder to make. Right? Mental connections are much harder to make. And so that's the first half of the sentence. So then you have to be able to look at A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Which of those answer choices is the second half of that sentence? So when you're talking about a sentence completion question, you have to be able to look at number 31. Your keywords are moment of insight, right? Moment of insight and scientists. And so you have to then go and look in the reading passage and find the matching sentence. It's always about finding the matching sentence. That's what it's always about. Right, you have to find a sentence that has the words moment of insight and scientists. Then you have to read that full sentence. Read that full sentence, and then after you read that full sentence, then look at the answer choices, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and be able to see which of those answer choices gives you the information that is in that sentence that's missing. All right? That's the missing information is in that sentence where you see moment of insight. Now, sometimes what makes this question a little tricky or makes this question a little difficult is that sometimes you might have the information that's in the sentence in the passage. In the sentence in the passage where they have moment of insight, in that sentence they may use synonym language for the information that is the correct answer choice. So it may not say the exact same language that is in the correct answer choice. It may use synonym language. Remember, everybody, it's an English test. It's an English test, it's an English test, it's an English test. That means when we talk about that it's an English test, that we're focusing on the fact that we have to be able to understand language. And the best way to do that is with synonyms. All right. So just like we've done before in terms of strategy, when you're doing sentence completion, you want to look at which questions are going to be the easiest to do first. Right? You might have 4 questions for sentence completion, and maybe number 2 and 3 have a number, a date, or a name in there. So you would do 2 and 3 first, and then you would know that 1 comes before number 2 and 4 comes after number 3. So always do the ones that are easiest to do first. All right, and then we want to look at whichever question we choose to do first. We have step number 2 where we have to look at the question and choose the keywords from the question. Pay particular attention to your names, dates, and other proper nouns. When I say keywords, you know by now that I'm talking about nouns and verbs, basically. All right. Then we want to. That was really helpful also, I think this is helpful, which is step number 3, is it may be helpful to go through the answer choices very quickly and maybe circle some of the keywords in the answer choices. That might be something that's helpful to do. You don't necessarily have to do step number 3. In fact, I probably should say maybe with step number 3. You want to underline all the keywords in the answer choices. Doing that just might help you spot the answer faster when you look at the right sentence, okay? So when we're talking about our basic answering strategy, you want to quickly, reread the question, read that first half of the sentence, and then quickly read the matching passage sentence, and then you want to locate the answer choice that has the missing keywords from the passage sentence. All right, and like I said earlier, please note that you're most likely going to have to match synonym language when you're doing this. You're going to have to match synonym language when you're doing this. All right? So that is our question strategy when it comes down to the sentence completion multiple choice question. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon.